When you discovered the law of attraction, you started to believe anything was possible. Life got better, much better. Now you want more, but it's not working. That's where the Manifest It Now show comes in. If you've been waiting for someone who can teach you the practical application to manifest quicker and easier while having more, turn the volume up, because the dynamic duo, Cassie Parks and Ginny Gane, are ready to teach you how to live the law of attraction like they do. It's time to laugh and learn.
Hey guys, we just wanted to pop in here quickly and tell you about this brand new opportunity to get some complimentary live coaching from Cassie and I. We're really excited about it. It is an app called Wisdom, which we will link up in the show notes. And so we are going to go live this Friday, January 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Mountain. So 11 o'clock Cassie's time, 1 o'clock my time.
Complimentary, like cocktails coaching. You can ask us anything and we'll just have a great time. We'll be on there for an hour. So download the app, mark your calendars, and we'll talk to you then.
Can't wait. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Manifest It Now. I am here with Cassie Parks.
And I'm here with Ginny Gane.
And we're going to be talking more about money. And this week, we're going to talk about the awareness of money, the A in the Manifest It Now way.
Yes. I'm super excited to talk about this topic. But first, Jen, what are you excited about?
I'm really excited about the space that I've been creating, or we've been creating in our home. So if you were listening to past episodes, you know, there was lots of talk about babies coming, and I had this really cool experience. No baby yet, but I had this really cool experience. We had shifted some things around in our room. Like we switched what room we were in, like the master bedroom and different things out in the living room. And I walked into this room that we had just left, like moved furniture out of. And I was like, this is the baby's room. And I got this. It was like just this inspiration. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that actually inspired us to switch things around and change our master and move things out to living room. So, and once we did that, there's no reasonable way to describe the feeling in the house now, but it feels more like open. It feels more spacious. It feels more like family. And so that feels really exciting for me.
Yay. I think it's so funny. We're both kind of like restructuring our house. Organizing isn't the right term, right? Like moving stuff around in our house.
Yeah. What are you excited about, Cass?
I am excited because I did some coaching with a client last week, and first, I'm excited that I give myself the space there was no coaching call, but I was like, we need to talk about this before a couple days from now when there's a coaching call. So I just said, like, if you can jump on it this time, jump on it this time. And I love that. There are points in my life I would have listened to other people and I would have said, that's not a good idea. Like, they have to wait, like all this other BS. But now I know I get to make my own rules. And it was so amazing for her. And it was so fun to do the coaching. And what I realized when I got off is that this was some stuff that needs to go in a book that I'm finishing up. And so about manifesting relationships. And I was like, these 3 things we talked about need to be in this one chapter. And I think those are the final pieces. Like, I'm sure this book will be done shortly because I think that was the last of it. Like, it felt undone. But then when I looked at it and was going to add the things, I was like, this is like really done except for these 3 things I want to add.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And just to highlight that when we start to live by our own rules, like we get to make up our own rules, that's when inspiration can come in so much easier and quicker and more powerful. And like it was there in an instant.
Yes.
With that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So with awareness, like how people, I think, normally think about what awareness is in manifesting. Like, what is that? What is awareness? What does it mean? Firstly, I'm not sure people think about it. I mean, unless, of course, you're listening to our show, because we always talk about awareness and how important and how foundational it is. But I think most people in manifesting might just skip over it. Like, it's all about do. They're not really thinking about, I got to be aware first.
Yes.
Yeah. What else?
I think that they put their, how did you say it? All of their awareness is focused on how much they want something, in this case, money.
Yeah.
Right? So all their awareness bucket energy is going to what they want or what they don't have.
Yeah, this thing that what you want or what you don't have is taking all your awareness. It like takes up all the space in your head, and there's not really like room for anything else. And it's on what we don't have and what we want, which isn't, as you know, as we're going to talk about, the best place for awareness.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think this impacts, like if people aren't paying attention to awareness around money in manifesting, how do you think that impacts?
I think people don't realize this impact that it has on their success, because it impacts their thoughts. It impacts their behaviors, as we started talking about with making choices last week, right?
Yeah.
If you're not aware, if you're just pulling out your debit card, swipe, 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 with no conscious awareness of even maybe what the total is or how many extra things you threw in your cart or whatever it is, you're not aware. So you can't be consciously choosing.
Yeah. And you can't be taking that, the awareness into your doing, because if you don't know what thoughts you're thinking about something, or you don't even know how you're feeling about something, you can't begin to shift it. And I think just most of the we just think manifesting is about doing so much that we forget this part.
People skip over the awareness.
Yeah.
Right. And so then it really it almost starts you off. I'm not saying you can't be successful, but it's very unlikely you will be successful if you don't have awareness, because it's awareness to what you're thinking, what's going on in your head, your behavior that's automatic. If all of that is automatic, it's hard to change.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We might talk about this more later, but it doesn't matter what you do as terms of LOA activities if you're not aware of who you're being, what you're creating, what you're thinking the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would say it too, is if you don't, like, first know why you're creating what you are. Like, first know why you're manifesting what you are, and that'll bring an awareness to where you are currently, so that you're in a place to make it change. Yeah. How would you define awareness, Cass?
I would define it as present observation.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
I love the presence into that.
So just this observation of what's happening in this present moment is your awareness. So it stretches to, what are you doing? What are you thinking? But it's this present observation, and it's just observation, because awareness is not judgment.
Yeah, I love that. I don't think I can say that any clearer. I would just say it as your observation of what is, but it's hard to define awareness without the word awareness.
It is. I just a little behind the scenes, my definition was blank when we opened up the document, and I'm like, what awareness? Like, and it's probably because it's hard without awareness. But
it's almost like your capacity to observe. But I really like that you brought presence into that, because I think we can only have an awareness of what is present. We don't have awareness of what was in the past or in the future. It's always only right now. Yeah.
And I like what you said, that you would tie in capacity.
Yeah.
I think capacity is a direct correlation to how present you are. Your capacity to observe is based on how present you are.
Yeah. How much of your awareness or focus is paying attention to what's going on right now. Yeah. And that could be thoughts, feelings, things, so inside you or outside of you, versus like if we're not being aware, we're swiping our card and we're thinking about how we're going to make dinner, you know? So our head is somewhere else. We're not observing what is, we're just all lost in our head. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? That's why we're not seeing that total or paying attention.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Jen. So what's a story for you about awareness and money?
So it comes back to, again, I talked about last week a little bit, like I didn't care about money, but I don't think I grew up feeling abundant. And so when I would think about having money or making money for life, it just was not comfortable. So I because I didn't feel abundant, so I didn't think I could have it. It felt hard and out there, and so I like shied away from it. So my like reaction was to like, I don't need a lot of money, right? Because I didn't think it was possible to have a lot. So I'm like, oh, I don't need a lot. And I didn't have that awareness that I was creating that reality. No, I don't need a lot. No, I don't need a lot. I can, and until I started my business and then doing this work and this mindset work. And I'm like, oh, like, of course this is possible. Like anything is possible. But like without the awareness I was telling that story about myself, I couldn't create anything different. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about you?
So one of the things where I was not aware, and I did this a lot, is I would fill like a shopping bag, just in more than a shopping bag, probably like a cart, just I say just to fill it, but that isn't. I wasn't aware even that it was just to fill it, right? I would just go to like the clearance rack, and I had no awareness of, do I really want this thing? It was, oh, this will work. Oh, this is $5. Oh, this used to be $50, but now it's $2. Like, I should put it in. It does fit it fits, but do I?
I can make it fit.
Yeah, I can make it fit,
Yeah.
or I can make this work, or I could wear this to work even if I don't love it. Mm-hmm. So there was no awareness of, it was just buying things because, in essence, it felt good to spend money. But I was unaware that I was getting a feel good from spending money.
And you weren't asking that, like, you weren't aware of why you were spending it or like why you might want it. It was just the feeling of spending.
Yes.
Oh, that's such a good one.
And sort of that feeling of, ooh, let me find all of these things.
Yeah.
Right? And that feeling of, oh, like this should have been $800, but it was $200.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a high. You get like a hit.
Total high.
And we joke about this in society of like going, going on a shopping thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, go feel better.
Retail
go shopping.
therapy.
Retail. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's actually, well, I mean, maybe it can be done consciously and be healthy, but.
Yeah. I think maybe it could, but I think it wouldn't be. It's interesting. I think that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. Won't go down there yet. Okay, so we want to now turn this over to you guys. And if you're using the worksheets in the hub, pull that out. And if you aren't, just simply write down. We want you to think back and write your most favorite investment that you've made, that you've bought, just so you're clarifying that for yourself.
Yeah. And you can just think about it. So if you're driving and you can't write it down, don't like work. Just think about it. Like, what's your favorite thing that you have spent money on? And there's no rules here, because I think this is where people get. This is not there is no a lot or a little. It is like your favorite thing, whether it cost $5 or $5,000. Yeah. Doesn't matter. What matters in this is what is your favorite thing that you've spent money on.
Your feeling about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so how do people normally get this stuff wrong in manifesting?
They don't pay attention. They take action. So a couple different ways that this plays out. Taking action without awareness. So we touched on this a little bit, but one of the ways they get it wrong is that they do manifesting things without being aware.
Yeah. Or like I almost feel like connected to them, right?
Yeah, I think connected to them. I think that's two different things. I think connected like to the exercise that they're doing. But I think a lot of people, they go into manifesting and they think, oh, like I'm just going to do these things. So I'm going to visualize having money. I'm going to make a vision board. I'm going to do this. But like we talked about, they skip over awareness. Mm-hmm. So they're doing all these things to try and manifest money, but they're not aware in their day-to-day of, present observation. What am I doing with money? How do I feel about money? What's the story in my head? What am I thinking? What am I saying about money?
Yeah, they're not having that awareness of what's happening inside them. Yeah. They're just all focused on the outside and like the doing.
Yeah, the doing of, I'm going to do this to make it better.
Yeah.
And not even conscious of the awareness piece.
Of like, yeah, exactly. And how I want to talk about for a second, do something for 15 minutes and then totally not pay attention the rest of the day.
Right.
Right? There's that old thing we talk about. You know, you're not going to they use this a lot in like working out and personal training and stuff. You know, you can't eat healthy for an hour and expect to be healthy for your entire life because of the other 23 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. I say,
Yeah.
or I think it's written in a book because my clients will quote it back to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the hour of your manifesting it.
Yes.
It's how you live the other 23 hours, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And if we're not awareness, that's where you're getting it wrong with awareness.
Yeah.
It's just not doing it.
Yeah, just not paying attention. Yeah. So what about, like, do you want to talk about, oh wait, let's get our listeners to write their own definition.
Yes.
Okay.
And so in this space, we want you to write the definition or think about it and write it later of what someone with money awareness does. Right?
What do they do? Who are those people?
Yeah. How do they behave? Right? They are. Like, what does someone with money awareness do?
Yeah.
Right? And so not what would you do? Like, this isn't
Not what you do. This
Right.
is some random other person.
like somebody who already has good money awareness.
Yeah.
Make a list of things that they do
Yeah.
without any comparison to you. Just make this, like if you can get a vision of somebody who has good money awareness, get that, or just imagine somebody who's amazing with the money awareness and write down or think about what did they do.
Love it. And then, so what are some other ways we can help our listeners practice this?
So we're going to give you the assignment of setting dedicated time aside. And this can be, okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes a day, or I'm going to do every day at 5:00, either way. But this for 7 days, remember these are 7-day assignments. Set aside time to bring awareness to where you're spending your money or investing it, or where you're receiving it. So just this awareness, so many people are not even aware anymore and don't take any time to appreciate like when their paycheck hits their account because it's direct deposit.
Automatic. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not even, it just happens, right? So becoming aware of where money is going out and where money is coming in, and just that awareness of, okay, I invested $5 in a coffee this morning. Ooh, I got paid today. Like, no, it doesn't even need to be a celebration. It can, but really just that awareness. Okay, invested in this and money came in here.
Yeah, I really like the neutrality of this. It's just paying attention. It's not assigning any meaning or telling any stories or trying to change anything or fix anything. It's just giving your activities, your habits, what's happening, attention. And it really comes back to, this is starting to build the where attention goes, energy flows. Like you're going to be giving a lot of attention to money. And I was actually thinking as you're chatting, Cass, like if you haven't already kind of found a specific time, like choosing the 5 minutes or whatever that we're going to give you for these practices, and keep it the same for the rest of the 14
Yes.
or however long weeks, because then it becomes a habit. Oh, that 5 minutes. Oh, when I'm the first 5 minutes of making dinner, if you have headspace, I'm going to think about those things. I'm going to bring awareness to the money.
Yes.
While I chop the veggies.
Well, yes. That is awesome. There was something I wanted to say when you were talking about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, bringing that awareness at that specific time is really amazing. You mentioned not fixing it. Definitely do not try to fix it, because as soon as you go into fixing it, you're no longer aware. You're not practicing the awareness. And the awareness is the foundation for creating something different. And we will give you things that you can up-level and consciously shift going forward. However, this foundation needs to be in place. So the neutrality is not just, oh, that feels nice, or oh, that's good. It is imperative to the success of becoming more aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no good or bad. Not good or bad anything. That's not what we're doing here. And I just wanted to put in here too, any of those questions that come up, like that, any of your judgments about the way your money situation is now, as much as possible, let them go, or come back to the fact like, okay, I'm listening to Cassie and Ginny's season right now. Like, that's enough. That's enough for now. I don't need to fix it all right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we're going to leave you with this saying, and you can practice this in those 5 minutes where you're doing the work that we give you. I know when I am aware of my experience with money, more of it manifests.
Woohoo.
I know, right?
I loved making these.
It was so fun. I know when I am aware of my experience with money, more of it manifests.
Awesome.
Yeah. So as you know, if you are in the hub that you invest in, which you can get to by going to manifestitnowshow.com, and check out the complimentary hub. If you want to invest in the other one, there's of course a worksheet which will always have these statements. If you're like, oh, I'd love to just have them
all together.
Yeah. And the bonuses in there for this episode will be our favorite investment stories, which is
going to be so fun.
I know, I'm so excited.
This is my favorite things that I got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So make sure to check those out. Practice. If you feel inspired, invest in the hub and grab those worksheets to make your journey easier.
And we will see you guys next week.
Go be awesome! Thank you for joining us on the Manifest It Now show, where you learn how to leverage the law of attraction to manifest your dreams. Now that you're inspired, share the love and review us on iTunes. While you're there, remember to subscribe.